Hello everyone, Chris Buick here from UK Film Review, and this is my review of the short film Betrayed by JSQ Films, written by Caitlin Cameron, Philip Halmarack, and Jay Shurey. It was also directed by Ewan Gorman and Dagmar Scheibenreif. Apologies if I mispronounced that. So, Betrayed, first and foremost, is a drama that centres primarily around a young woman named Isobel, played by Caitlin Cameron herself, who, and I won't obviously go into the specifics here for spoiler reasons, has unique abilities that are of particular interest to a group of individuals who want to essentially take Isobel and her abilities into their own hands for their own unspecified purposes. And there's a lot of non specific plot details in this film, which we'll get into in a minute. However, we see initially that Isobel is actually at the very start of the film being held in a hidden location by her father Sam, played by Stefan Butler, who is desperately trying to keep her concealed from this group and its uncompromising leader Lauren, played very well by Suzy Bastone. As Sam believes this group only means to do her harm. But Isobel is growing more and more frustrated with the situation, starting to feel essentially like a prisoner. All the while, Lauren's group of hench people have intercepted Sam and are closing in on finding Isobel. So, Betrayed is something that the filmmakers have classed as a kind of proof of concept piece for what could hopefully be a fully fledged feature length film at some point in the future. And when that's the case with these kind of things, there needs to be often enough presented to us, the audience, where we would want to come back for more. Is there enough in the story that warrants more exploration and more time? And I am glad to say that from what I've seen in Betrayed, it definitely does everything it needs to prove that any given attention and more opportunity would result in an even bigger and better story coming out of it. Everything we get to see in this short itself very much just kind of whets that appetite for what could be in the most positive way possible. We get a lot of brief introductions and ideas as to who these characters are, what their deals are, what their motivations are, all that kind of thing. But the film always stops short of really diving too much into any of those aspects, which might sound frustrating, but actually the way it's presented really isn't. In fact, it's presented well enough and tantalizingly enough for you to appreciate it for what it is, and as is the intention, make you feel excitement for the potential that a story like this could be explored in more depth. That story itself also mixes a lot of different themes, a lot of different ideas. It has good cast of varied characters, all played by accomplished actors who all know their parts and pull together to bring the film to such a high level. And really, these performances add to the overall quality of the film and really sell it. Some of the character beats, however, and moments are a little bit out of place, very occasionally. Some are maybe a little bit forced in one or two places, and there are some moments without that larger context that don't quite justify themselves in isolation. For example, there is a scene which is deserving of a prior sensitivity warning, which depicts a rather upsetting sexual assault. A scenario in the film that clearly has wider context, you would assume, but it's not really explored here, so it feels a bit uncomfortable in that aspect. But I would trust that that's something that would obviously make more sense in a bigger setting. However, really these things are very tiny hiccups in what is otherwise a very intriguing, very interesting drama that hopefully could and should be realised into something bigger and given that chance and space to grow. I think that any upcoming film based on the work done here could only mean good things, and Betrayed proves that this group of filmmakers clearly has a passion for storytelling, and I, for one, would hope that they keep getting the opportunities to do just that. So, yes, I would definitely recommend giving Betrayed a look and enjoy. Thank you.